Welcome to Heart Story, where small actions spark profound emotional storytelling. One rainy afternoon, Emily left her favorite book on a bench inside the local laundromat, unaware it would soon connect strangers in an unexpected way. The laundromat, a humble place of everyday routines, became the stage for a heartfelt exchange that would unfold over days. Emily's act, simple yet significant, set the scene for stories of kindness, mystery, and human connection. Join us as we explore how one forgotten book and a hidden letter changed lives, weaving a tale of hope and emotional storytelling. Days passed, and Emily returned to the laundromat, unaware that her book had sparked a quiet ripple. Inside one of the dryers, a folded letter lay waiting, tucked carefully between clothes. The letter was written by a stranger who found the book and was moved by its message of hope and resilience. He shared his own story of struggle and healing, expressing gratitude for the unexpected comfort the book had brought him. The laundromat, a place of routine, had become a vessel of emotional storytelling, connecting two lives through words and fate. Emily's discovery marked the beginning of a heartfelt exchange, one that would deepen and surprise her in the days to come. Their shared stories would weave a bond neither expected, unfolding a tale of kindness and connection. Emily unfolded the letter with trembling hands, her eyes scanning the heartfelt words inside. The stranger, named Mark, shared how the book reminded him of his late sister and the hope she inspired in his darkest moments. Touched by his vulnerability, Emily penned a reply, leaving it carefully tucked back inside the dryer. This exchange of letters turned the laundromat into a quiet sanctuary for emotional storytelling, where strangers became confidants. Days turned into weeks as the correspondence deepened, each letter revealing layers of healing, empathy, and connection. Emily and Mark found solace in their shared stories, discovering that even strangers can become anchors in turbulent times. Their journey was just beginning, woven together by chance, hope, and the power of words. Inspired by their growing correspondence, Emily and Mark decided to meet at the laundromat one quiet evening. The laundromat, once a place of solitude, now buzzed with anticipation and warmth. Their meeting was filled with shy smiles and shared stories, deepening the emotional storytelling that had begun through letters. They discovered common dreams, fears, and a mutual desire to turn their pain into hope. Together, they planned to start a community book exchange, encouraging others to share stories and connect through the power of words. Their initiative blossomed, turning everyday routines into moments of healing and connection. Emily and Mark realized that even the smallest acts, like leaving a book behind, could spark profound change. The community book exchange quickly became a beloved fixture at the laundromat, attracting people from all walks of life. Strangers swapped books and stories, each sharing pieces of themselves through pages and words. Emily and Mark organized weekly storytelling nights, where residents gathered to read aloud and connect emotionally. The laundromat transformed from a mundane chore space into a vibrant hub of empathy, healing, and friendship. Local artists and musicians joined, enriching the experience with performances inspired by emotional storytelling. Emily and Mark marveled at how their simple idea had blossomed into a movement, fostering connection and hope. Together, they nurtured a community bound by shared stories and the healing power of human connection. At one storytelling night, a woman named Sarah bravely shared her journey through loss and healing. Her emotional storytelling moved the audience, fostering an atmosphere of compassion and understanding. Emily and Mark saw firsthand the transformative power of shared vulnerability in strengthening community bonds. The laundromat became a sanctuary where stories of pain and hope intertwined, weaving a tapestry of resilience. Neighbors pledged to support the initiative, ensuring its growth and sustainability for years to come. The community's heart grew fuller, wrapped in stories that healed and connected. Their journey was a living testament to the power of words to bridge divides and inspire hope. The success of storytelling nights inspired Emily and Mark to expand their mission beyond the laundromat. They partnered with local libraries and community centers to create story circles, welcoming people to share and listen. These gatherings became safe spaces for emotional storytelling, healing, and connection. Participants found strength in shared experiences, discovering new perspectives and friendships. Emily and Mark facilitated workshops on writing and public speaking, empowering voices that had long been silent. The movement grew, weaving a network of compassion across the city. Their simple act of leaving a book behind had blossomed into a powerful force for community transformation. At a Story Circle event, a young man named Alex shared his struggle with loneliness and how storytelling gave him hope. His emotional storytelling resonated deeply, encouraging others to open up and share their journeys. The circles became a beacon of light for many, fostering empathy, resilience, and belonging. Emily and Mark collaborated with mental health professionals to offer support alongside storytelling. The initiative expanded, reaching schools, shelters, and senior centers, touching lives across generations. The community's commitment to emotional storytelling grew stronger, weaving a tapestry of healing and connection. Together, they nurtured a culture where every voice mattered and every story had the power to inspire. At the closing Story Circle event, Alex read a heartfelt poem about hope and resilience, moving the entire audience. Emily and Mark witnessed the profound impact of emotional storytelling, seeing lives uplifted and hearts connected. The event reinforced the community's dedication to fostering spaces where vulnerability was met with compassion. Participants pledged to continue sharing stories, nurturing a culture of empathy and support. The movement blossomed into a powerful force, transforming not just individuals but the fabric of the community. As new stories emerged and friendships deepened, hope grew stronger with each shared word. Their journey was a testament to the healing power of storytelling and the enduring strength of human connection. Motivated by the success of Story Circles, Emily and Mark launched a podcast series sharing stories from their community. The podcast featured voices of resilience, kindness, and hope, reaching listeners far beyond their city. Each episode highlighted personal journeys, blending emotional storytelling with music and art. Listeners wrote in, sharing how the stories inspired healing and connection in their own lives. Emily and Mark collaborated with local radio stations and online platforms to expand the series' reach. The podcast became a beacon of light, nurturing empathy and understanding across diverse audiences. Their shared mission grew stronger, weaving a tapestry of stories that connected hearts near and far. At a podcast recording, a woman named Lily shared her journey through grief and renewal, touching listeners deeply. Her emotional storytelling inspired many to confront their own pain and seek support. The podcast team organized live events where guests could share stories in person, fostering community healing. Emily and Mark worked with therapists to provide resources alongside storytelling sessions. The movement expanded, embracing diverse voices and experiences, creating inclusive spaces for healing. Listeners formed support groups, strengthening bonds beyond the airwaves. Together, they nurtured a culture of empathy, resilience, and shared humanity. At a live podcast event, Lily's story moved the audience to tears, sparking heartfelt conversations and connections. Emily and Mark felt humbled witnessing the power of emotional storytelling to break isolation and foster community. The event marked a milestone, reinforcing the importance of shared narratives in healing and growth. Participants committed to continuing the journey, creating spaces where every voice could be heard and valued. The podcast became a catalyst for change, transforming lives and inspiring hope. As new stories unfolded and bonds strengthened, the movement's heart beat stronger than ever. Their journey was a living testament to the enduring strength of compassion and connection. Building on their podcast's success, Emily and Mark launched a community storytelling festival celebrating resilience and hope. The festival featured live readings, art exhibits, and music inspired by emotional storytelling. Participants from diverse backgrounds shared personal journeys, fostering empathy and connection. Local schools and organizations joined, integrating storytelling into educational and healing programs. The festival became an annual tradition, drawing crowds eager to witness the power of shared stories. Emily and Mark marveled at how their small act of leaving a book had grown into a movement touching countless lives. Together, they continued weaving a tapestry of kindness, courage, and unity. During the festival, a young woman named Rachel shared her story of overcoming addiction through the support of storytelling circles. Her emotional storytelling inspired others to embrace vulnerability and seek healing. Rachel partnered with Emily and Mark to develop workshops blending creative expression with emotional resilience. The festival attracted media attention, spreading the movement's message of hope and connection far beyond their city. Community members volunteered, eager to contribute their voices and talents. Together, they nurtured a culture of empathy and strength, transforming lives one story at a time. Their shared journey was a beacon of light in challenging times. At the festival's closing ceremony, Rachel performed a heartfelt song expressing her journey of healing and hope. The audience was moved, their applause reflecting the power of emotional storytelling and community resilience. Emily and Mark felt immense pride seeing their movement inspire courage and connection across generations. Neighbors pledged to continue nurturing kindness, ensuring their community remained a place of belonging. As new stories unfolded and friendships deepened, the festival's heart grew stronger. Their journey was a testament to the transformative power of shared stories and compassion. Together, they embraced a future woven with love, courage, and unity. The storytelling movement caught the attention of neighboring cities, inspiring similar initiatives focused on healing and connection. Emily and Mark were invited to share their journey at regional conferences, spreading the message of emotional storytelling's power. Collaborations blossomed, bringing together artists, educators, and activists to expand the movement's reach and impact. Workshops combined storytelling, art, and music, creating safe spaces for expression and healing. Emily marveled at how a simple act of leaving a book behind had sparked a wave of compassion crossing city lines. Together, they sowed seeds of hope and resilience, weaving a legacy that would inspire generations to come. At a regional gathering, Emily met Daniel, a counselor using storytelling and art therapy to support trauma recovery. Inspired by Emily's work, Daniel collaborated to integrate storytelling into his programs, reaching more individuals in need. Their partnership created healing environments where stories and creativity nurtured resilience and connection. Communities embraced this holistic approach, blending emotional storytelling with therapeutic care. Emily witnessed the profound impact of their efforts, seeing lives transformed by empathy and kindness. Together, they nurtured a movement rooted in love, weaving stories of hope across generations. At a healing retreat, Daniel shared stories of individuals transformed by storytelling and art therapy. Participants expressed gratitude, inspired by the resilience born from these shared experiences. Emily felt humbled, witnessing how a simple act of leaving a book had sparked a movement of compassion and healing. Their collaboration blossomed into a beacon of hope, nurturing communities across the region. Together, they pledged to continue cultivating stories and connection, weaving a legacy of empathy and strength. As voices rose in unity, the future shone bright with promise, stories yet to be told and lives ready to be healed. Emily's story and the movement she helped ignite gained national recognition, inspiring communities across the country. She was invited to speak at conferences, sharing insights on emotional storytelling and community healing. Inspired by her journey, cities launched similar initiatives, fostering connection and hope nationwide. Media coverage amplified the movement, bringing new voices and stories to the forefront. Emily partnered with organizations to provide resources and training, ensuring the movement's growth and sustainability. Together, they nurtured a growing network of empathy, reminding the world that storytelling can heal and unite. At a national conference, Emily met Maya, a digital storyteller who used podcasts to share healing journeys. Inspired by Emily's work, Maya proposed a collaboration to expand emotional storytelling through new media platforms. Their partnership connected diverse audiences, fostering empathy and community through shared narratives. Together, they launched a series showcasing stories of resilience, kindness, and hope from across the country. The initiative bridged cultural and geographic divides, proving storytelling's universal power. Emily and Maya championed a future where every voice could be heard and valued. At a virtual storytelling gala, Emily and Maya unveiled a digital tapestry of stories gathered nationwide. The event celebrated resilience, unity, and the healing power of emotional storytelling across diverse communities. Attendees shared how the movement inspired them to embrace vulnerability and connection in their own lives. Emily reflected on the journey, from leaving a book in a laundromat to weaving a national chorus of voices united in empathy. The gala became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that stories transcend borders and build bridges of understanding. As applause echoed online, Emily felt profound gratitude, for every story told and every heart touched. The final chapter began with Emily invited to deliver a keynote speech at a national conference on emotional storytelling and community healing. She shared how leaving a simple book in a laundromat had blossomed into a movement transforming lives and neighborhoods. Her message emphasized the power of vulnerability and shared stories to unite and heal communities. Leaders from diverse backgrounds committed to fostering spaces for emotional storytelling, recognizing its impact. Emily felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing her small act inspired change far beyond her city. The story concluded with a heartfelt call to action, encouraging everyone to share their stories and nurture connections that foster hope and resilience. Following the conference, Emily connected with leaders nationwide, sharing insights on nurturing emotional storytelling for healing. Communities launched workshops and programs inspired by her journey, creating safe spaces for voices to be heard and hearts to connect. The movement grew into a beacon of hope, bridging divides and promoting empathy across diverse populations. Emily marveled at how a simple book had sparked a nationwide wave of compassion and resilience. Together, they committed to sustaining the momentum, ensuring emotional storytelling remains a source of strength for future generations. The legacy of one small act blossomed into a chorus of stories, weaving a tapestry of healing and connection. As the movement blossomed, Emily stood surrounded by voices united through emotional storytelling, each sharing hope and healing. Her journey proved that a simple act can ignite a wave of compassion across communities. If this story touched your heart, we invite you to share your own story or support local initiatives fostering connection and kindness. Every voice matters, and every gesture has the power to heal and inspire. Join us in spreading emotional storytelling, one story, one book, one heart at a time. Together, we can build a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued.